there after traveling 8 hours, okay? That was the longest I had ever driven anywhere. Get there, walk in the door. And I'm like, hello. Hug, give you your gift that I brought you. We hug each other, everything is great. And I'm like, well, where's everybody at? I was excited to meet everybody because, you know, especially with everybody else's experience, I'm like, well, I wanna meet everybody. I wanna meet my family, you know? That's how you guys portray yourself to be, like.
Didn't you just say it seemed like a business transaction once you got there? And then you said you didn't like this person. We ain't trying to be family. You don't like me, we ain't trying to be family. We trying to get this money. Okay, I'm trying to make you grow. You're trying to bring me some views because you popping.
You know, it's like a family type of environment, you know. That's what everybody else is. Everybody else said that their experience was, I want to meet, you know, my family or whatever. So we there. And this is when I say first impression is the last impression. We're in the house for about 20, 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, where's your husband at? I'm excited to meet him or whatever. Husband's in the studio. Didn't even come out, honey. Didn't even come out. I had to go into the studio and say hi to the husband.
I'm gonna say this. Nine times out of 10, if y'all watch Bloves channel, it's her channel, right? 9 times out of 10, her husband is behind that camera. If I was Bloves, I would have been like, oh, he's here, but you know, he gotta get things ready. This is what he does. This is, you know, majority of, you know, his job. He makes sure everything is good for me. That, you know, he's the reason, you know, he's my significant other. He's my other half. He's the reason why, you know, my videos are the way my videos are. He's, you know, part of the mastermind behind it. So, you know, he's where he is. Plus, you know, you're my guest. You know, he's not gonna bother knowing that, you know, you're here for us. You know, you're here to see me. You're here for this business transaction. You know, of course you wouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying, you know. You're her guest. You're here because of her channel. So he's doing his part as not only, you know, almost like a co-worker, but he's doing his part as a husband, making sure his wife is straight. And you have a problem with that because he didn't come to the door. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to meet you. Hello, hello. Not everybody does that. And not everybody wants to do that. Everybody has to warm up. Even if he was a social butterfly, he got some things to do. So, you know, just let the man do that. And then he can be the goofball or whatever you expect because of what you've seen behind the camera. Because even though I see this on the camera, or even though I seen the previous videos of you on the camera, now I'm seeing this and I'm like, I wish this was my first impression of you. Because then I wouldn't have subscribed to you.
I'm the guest, okay? If y'all came over my house, Scott's not gonna be in no studio. Scott's not gonna be anywhere but in the house where we all can see you.
Another thing, I'm sorry, and this is not to be petty, but people like to be in people's business, if you haven't noticed. Especially when people in your house, stay in your environment, and they can see things and they can piece things together. That's what people do. That's what human beings do. They're curious. They like to piece things together. They like to assume. So if I'm coming to your house expecting you and I see your boyfriend, significant other, whatever have you, on the couch or in, you know, the space that we are comfortable in, we're talking. Like, let's say I go to my friend's house, her husband on the couch, and I gotta talk to her about something serious. Ooh. the first thing I'm gonna do is think in my head, oh my gosh, he's right there. I feel a little uncomfortable. You know, I don't want to say all my business in front of him. Like, you know, she's the one I tell all my business to, not him. You know, even though 9 times out of 10, y'all know how people be with their boyfriends or their husbands. They be ready to tell them something. They guess what happened at work? That bitch Tisha again coming for my neck, and I'm about to break that bitch head. But some people do feel uncomfortable having other people that they do not know. Like, she needs to keep in mind, she don't know these people. She only knows them by what she see on camera. Even though, yes, of course, as people that watch people on YouTube and you're so in love with this person's personality, of course you would love to see what you see on camera. But 89% of the time, 90% of the time, it's not going to be like that. And it's not in a bad way. It's just that those people have become comfortable in front of the camera because they don't have a person personally there judging them. Those same trolls that is trolling her, they don't have those people there in real life constantly on their neck. And it's not like 5 people, it's hundreds of people. Go look at her comments. Plenty of people trolling her. So to not have that restriction on you, of course, you wouldn't be the person that you are on camera because you have more leeway. And you can't expect things from people. That it just don't go like that. You can't expect this personality because how do you see this person? People see me and they be like, oh, she mean and she quiet, or she must be crazy. And then they meet me and they're like, oh, she goofy, she a big child. You jumping the bridge here.
Anybody, I mean, that's just hospitality. You know what I'm saying? That's just hospitality. You know what I'm saying? We not bougie. That it doesn't take anybody to be bougie to know that. And just talking about this, it brings up emotion.
Summer's here, so pack up and go with Toyota. And go in style with a Camry that's loaded with the latest.
It brings up the emotion.
My family not bougie, and my daddy never walking around or sitting around on the couch waiting for company to come just because my mama got company coming over. That ain't never happened. Just like we was in the room, my daddy was right in his room watching Criminal Minds or Duck Dynasty, or what's that show called when they go crabbing and stuff in these horrific deadly waters, Deadliest Catch. He be in there watching that, having the time of his life, waiting for her to stop running her mouth in the living room, drinking on her tardy.
Emotion. It really brings up the way I felt. People will forget your name. They will never forget how you treated them. They will never forget. And I'm so serious when I say this. Take this for real. What I said. They will forget your name. They will forget how much you made. They will forget all of that. They forget where they know you, but they will not forget how you treated them. Okay?
Right.
Especially when you portray yourself to be family oriented, which I'm not going to take that away from you. I'm not going to take that you're family oriented. I'm not going to take that away. But when you present yourself as like a family people, Christians, and all this stuff, but as soon as you meet somebody, you treat them like crap.
Clearly we can see not all Christians are perfect, because you being real messy right now, sis. God's watching.
Honey, I said, I went to the studio and I asked her, can I hug your husband? Because I'm not the type of person to just go out of my way and hug somebody's man. But I was excited. Like, I was just excited. Mind you, I looked up to this person. I really did. So it's like, can you imagine meeting somebody that you look up to, your hero, somebody that you look up to, you respect them for who they are, you're not jealous of this person at all, you're not trying to be like this person, you're just doing you, and you're just growing and you're being successful. Can you imagine meeting this person that you looked up to, and then when you meet them, their family treats you like crap, like they treat you like a freaking peasant, they treat you like you owe them something or you begged. And let me just put that out there. I don't beg nobody for nothing. I came up on my channel. I put blood, sweat, and tears in my channel. I ain't take nothing from nobody. Ain't nobody for me. Ain't nobody helped me with nothing. I didn't call nobody, asking nobody for nothing. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I put my work in my channel.
She's partly lying. She did put, I believe she put, you know, a lot of work into her channel. But if that's the case, why did you lie on her channel, Bloves channel, and then you gonna sit here and say you looked up to this person, but then you just said, you know, nobody did nothing for you? That's doing something for you, because if you didn't have the determination to get up and do this yourself, how can you see somebody as an inspiration? Y'all will see what I'm talking about later, because Darius had them receipts on it. He came with the receipts.
Okay? And then let me just put that out there, because y'all can think whatever you want.
You seem to too.
About an hour later, the boys come downstairs, and the oldest was very nice. He was very quiet. He wasn't like when he is on camera. He was very quiet, very reserved. He probably said like 3 or 4 words to me, but he was very quiet, very reserved. Now the youngest, honey, let me tell you something.
What?
That youngest was something else, okay? So when the person that's going to be on the channel and we're going to do a part 2 was there, that person was a huge fan of the youngest son. She watched the youngest son, followed him on Instagram, supported his music, downloaded his music, did all of that, okay? Honey, this child came downstairs, and when we said hello, we was like, hi. And my sister is a very bubbly person. She has very bubbly energy, and she's super, super sweet, and that's just how she is. And I was like, hi, honey, this child came downstairs and turned his nose up like, this is exactly what he did. I'm not lying. This is exactly what he did. He comes downstairs, honey, just made his grand entrance. Honey, the queen has come in and made his entrance, okay? And honey, when I tell you, walked in.
I don't know why that bothers me, but it really does. One, both of the sons are grown. 2, still don't talk about my child. Just don't. There should be no reason why you talking about my child because you felt that's, you know. And the thing is, I can't take this experience away from her. If that's how she felt, if that's what she saw, I can't say that's not true. And then her sister will say the same thing in the next video, so I can't really say nothing, and I wasn't there, so it's not my place. But that's my child. 9 times out of 10, you don't know what happened when he was upstairs. You don't know how his day going, what he done been through. And later she will mention him being a grown man, or y'all saw her throw a little shot or whatever earlier when she said about the child warming up but not a grown man. It should be no reason why you assumed that he did that in spite of you. And then y'all seen him, well, the people who watch mukbangs, y'all seen how Darius is. If he is upturning his nose or making that face, you mean to tell me you've never seen him do that whenever he does videos with his mother? Y'all never seen him like... So probably he was either going through something or he has that natural facial expression and you took it another way. But that's when you come to that person and say, why you make that face at me? What I do? Like, you know, you talk. You don't build it up inside, hold it, and then wait for another experience to go by and then try to expose these people, a family at that, because you had another experience and you trying to figure out why everybody else had a different experience and yours was so horrific. Maybe it's because you interpreted it wrong. Maybe it's because you made assumptions because of how you were feeling prior to another situation, or like I said, I can't take nothing from her, so maybe she experienced something and it was 100% how she said it was. And then the next time something happened, she was like, you know, she was a little frustrated, you know, she was a little agitated, and then that made her, you know, question it more than what it was. You know, we always do that even with relationships, you know, whatever have you, but you know, we're human. So I mean, if you felt some type of way, if you felt so comfortable with them and excited when you got there, why didn't you mention it to them? Why didn't you bring the guest that, or the person whose house that you're in, why didn't you bring them to the side and be like, you know, your son, you know, such and such, like, I don't know, did I do something, like, you know, what's going on? Or, you know, if your sister was such a big fan, why didn't y'all, oh my gosh, you know, I'm such a big fan, you know, I just thought you were like this, and you know, maybe you could have had a conversation, you try to figure something out, but you didn't do that. Instead, you decided to build it all up, cry it out, get over it, go through another experience, and then try to expose somebody on a public platform.
We was like, hi, nice to meet you. This is exactly what he did. Hi, like, we was like, hold up, did we miss something? Like, what happened?
Child, and then that's when you should have said something.
Like, what happened? You might as well went right back upstairs. I don't want to meet
Just
nobody like
laugh.
that. Honey, the queen does not need to speak to peasants, okay?
You could have said king. I'm just saying.
And his dad acted the same exact way the whole time. The same exact way.
A queen?
But that's enough for part one. Part two, we're gonna go deep with y'all. We're gonna go real deep. But basically, when I drove home, I cried almost a whole 8 hours. I cried almost the whole 8 hours, because I couldn't believe that I had drove 8 hours to be treated like that. I was treated as
a business transaction.
like it was a competition. I was her competitor, and she's only doing this because it's business. It has nothing.
You can't put that in the same sentence. You can't say that it's a business transaction and you felt like you were her competitor, because one, she's more popping than you, in all honesty, you know, just stating facts. And if it was a business transaction, it was a business transaction for you because she made you more popping than what you know, are, or what you claimed to be. Which, you know, I'm not going to, you know, take that away from her, because with YouTube, the way YouTube works, it has tags, it has keywords. So if you type something up, it's like Google. So you can type in Kylie Jenner. Everything referring to Kylie Jenner will pop up. Somebody using a Kylie Jenner palette, you know, doing a makeup tutorial, it will pop up. Somebody talking about Kylie Jenner skincare will pop up. So I realized after her collab, like a couple weeks, you know, it wasn't a whole month, it was like a couple weeks, I started noticing her videos. Every time I would look for Bloves, her videos would pop up. And it wasn't because I already been subscribed to Bloves for a long time now, like, yeah, like I want to say almost a year now. But I've been subscribed to her, and I would never see her videos pop up. I would see Flavors by Dash, whatever his name is, you know, not no disrespect, but I just can't remember his name. I wouldn't see Steph and Tasha. I saw Tay and Lou, Sass ASMR, like I mentioned, and it was somebody else. But you know, Koreans, Asians, their videos was popping, so the other person that was, you know, as big as them was Bloves. So I wasn't seeing as much as her videos, but after the collab, I did start seeing her videos. And y'all, in the later videos, y'all will see why her videos started blowing up. And then, what was I gonna say? You cried for 8 hours, but you said you realized it was a business transaction when you got there, or you felt like it was a business transaction, competition, whatever have you. There is no competition, sweetie. If there's anything, like, my thing is, if it was competition, usually people who try to be your frenemy, they get close to the enemy, the friend part, but they're still your enemy. So she would try to break you down. What she tried to do, break you down emotionally. If that was the case, if you felt emotionally drained, emotionally, hurt, dissatisfied, whatever have you, why didn't you establish it then? Why? You bringing up old mess. You bringing up this old stuff. What that boy do in his videos? Y'all keep bringing up this old shit. That shit was funny. Y'all, if you know what I'm talking about, you would know what I'm talking about. It's that guy on Facebook that be posting the funny videos. But you waited until all this time to address the situation where you cried, but you didn't like this person. You cried, but you never addressed this person. You kept it bottled in, meaning you have issues within yourself why you couldn't. And then this is a stranger, so you claim that y'all were talking specifically for the collab, right? Did she not say that? So why were you crying over a complete stranger? Because you expected something that you didn't get? Because this person broke you down emotionally? What was it that you had to cry for 8 hours, get over it, and then bring it up later on?